We are back on Big Ten today. We were talking about Washington's home win streak, 22 in a row. They have not lost at Husky Stadium since 2021 when Wazoo beat them in the Apple Cup. Among those victories, 5 against ranked teams, including 1 under Jedd Fisch. They topped number 10 Michigan there last year. This is not an easy place, Jake, for Julian Sayin to make his first career road start.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my first game last year that I called was Washington-Weber State, and the students weren't even on campus yet, and I'd heard so much buzz about what the stadium was going to be. It was a night game. I'm like, wow, like just blown away by that environment. And we've seen a trend now, like across all of college football, young quarterbacks have struggled on the road, particularly in their first start. And there may not be a bigger road test than the Washington Huskies up there in the Pacific Northwest. Like you said, a place they haven't won since 2000, haven't lost a home game since 2021. And when you peel back the layers of why that is, of course, there's like the snap count with the quarterback, and there's the checks and adjustments at the line of scrimmage. But the other thing is when you're on the road, it's the communication and being on the same page with your wide receivers and weapons. At the college level, when Brian Hartline calls one pass play, you have route adjustments that might look like 2 or 3 different plays just off one play call. So it's also being on the same page of Sayin with his wide receivers now on the road in a noisy environment when they can't communicate. So that's another element of this. But it's going to be a big-time test for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Washington's defense has looked shaky this year. I wonder, can they get a stop, or will Sayin stop himself and the Buckeye offense stop themselves just because of the road test?
Well, Wazoo certainly moved the ball through the air against Washington. What they did was force turnovers. The Huskies did 3 of them. But, yeah, I mean, it's challenging. If Washington State throws the ball well on you, one would presume that Ohio State, with its amazing weapons and wide receiver, will do the same. What about the flip side, though? I mean, Washington is so talented offensively. Demond Williams is having an incredible year. Jonah Coleman is leading the nation in touchdowns, even though he has played 1 fewer game than a lot of players in the country have. He's still the national leader. Denzel Boston's phenomenal. We know how good Ohio State's defense has been, but this is a real legitimate challenge.
100%. Jedd Fisch is a play caller, too. I mean, I think this is a much bigger test now with the context than Texas week 1. And I understand Sark is a great play caller. Texas has a ton of weapons. Arch has been struggling, but you look at Demond Williams as a playmaker. He as a quarterback, he is a playmaker. You could do everything right, and he will still make you pay. If there was an antidote to a mobile quarterback, it's Arvell Reese, it's Caleb Downs, it's all those, that speed that Ohio State has, and it's Matt Patricia, one of the bright minds in all of college football. So the chess match of Patricia v. Jedd Fisch and Patricia and the Buckeye key defenders versus Demond Williams' legs, that to me will ultimately decide this game. Washington will need to score a ton of points to win it. It's going to be a big test against one of the best defenses in college football.
Right, one that's given up 16 points in 3 games. But, man, Washington is explosive.
It's crazy.
They're averaging 8 plays of 20 yards or longer per game. That is the most in the Big Ten.